Hello everybody, Interi back again with another video. Today guys, this video will be about why I believe Novak Djokovic is better mentally than both Rafael Nadal and Roger Federer. What my theory is about this topic. What do I believe about this and why? Because guys, like I usually say in my videos, it is one thing to see when things happening. It is one thing to see why Roger Federer wastes a lot of match points in his matches, 22 times that has happened to him. And another topic is to know why it's happening. And the same for Djokovic. It is one thing to see why he saves a lot of match points in his career and ends up as the winner, especially against Federer. He has done it 3 times, 2 times in US Open and 1 time now in Wimbledon. And things like that. So I want to analyze this thing. Why Djokovic is clearly much better than Roger Federer mentally in big clutch moments. That is no discussion, guys. That is not even debatable. But Novak is even a little better than Rafa Nadal in clutch big moments, in my opinion. So I'm gonna talk about this topic. What do I believe? This is the reason. First of all, I have a couple of reasons to that. One of the reasons it is where these players come from. Roger Federer is from Switzerland, Rafa Nadal is from Spain, and Novak Djokovic is from Serbia, like we all know. And I can relate a little to Novak Djokovic because I am from Balkan, former Yugoslavia myself. So I know I don't know so much about the Swiss people, and I don't know so much about the Spanish people, but I know how the former Yugoslavia people are, because I am from former Yugoslavia myself. And I can tell you guys like this, that first of all, we hate to lose. We truly hate to lose. And everything we do with the mindset that we will be the better than the opponent. I have played tennis, I have played soccer, football, how you call it, that in United States, and I always hated to lose. I truly, it doesn't matter if it was match or it was just a training, or it just was a football played on the back on my guard. I always wanted to be better than the others. I just hated to lose. I just didn't see any fun of losing whatsoever. I don't think now that Federer and Nadal, they like to lose. Of course they don't like to lose. Of course that they hate to lose. I think that everyone who are athletes, especially on this level, this is the most highest professional level that they are competing in. But I just think that Novak hated to lose more than those two, just slight more. And when the occasions arrives, when he has the knife under his throat, then he just locks in Novak. He locks in more than those two. Especially much more than Roger Federer, that's for sure. He just makes sure he doesn't want to make any error in those big moments. He just wants to make sure that his opponent, to beat him, he wants to make sure that his opponent beats him by making a winner or by making a great shot. He refuses to leave the court where he feels that he has given the match point to his opponent by an unforced error. And I have analyzed Roger Federer's 6 match points that he has had against Novak Djokovic, 4 in US Open 2010 2, 2011 2, and now here in Wimbledon 2019 2. And now in these 6 match points that Novak Djokovic has saved, all these 6 match points, he has done 4 of them winners. 2 winners he did in 2010, 2 forehand winners, 2 in 2011 he did one winner in that impeccable serve return, that first match point that he saved in 2011 with a great serve return with his forehand. And the second match point, Roger Federer did an unforced error with his forehand. That was those 4 match points analyzed. Then these 2 match points this year in Wimbledon, Novak does one winner in that second match point when he passes Roger Federer, and the first match point that Roger wastes is an unforced error with Roger's forehand. So all in all, Novak does 4 winners in these 3 matches, and Roger does 2 unforced errors. So some of you maybe thinks, but no, Roger has not choked. Novak has done 4 winners, and Roger has done only 2 unforced errors, like you are saying. Yes, you can look at it that way, but you have to look at more in details. Those 2 match points in 2010 that Novak saved, Roger was too cautious. Like I've said so many times, when the big moments arrives, Roger wants to win by being cautious, by being careful, by being a coward. You cannot win big matches, especially not against these big players like Novak and Rafa, by being cautious, by being careful, especially not against Djokovic. Against Rafa, maybe it can work. I'm going to talk about that later. But not against Djokovic, because Djokovic is a Terminator beast. Terminator beast, guys. Djokovic is mentally strong. Djokovic, when the big moments arrives, he doesn't blink for 1 second, guys. He really doesn't. Like I said, his mentality, like we all from Yugoslavia, we hate to lose. We refuse to lose. And if we lose, we want to lose with dignity, not with doing unforced error, not giving the victory over to his opponent. And Djokovic refuses to do this. This is not a coincidence why Djokovic has only lost 3 matches when he has had match points. That is a really, really remarkable stat. Only 3, because we know that in tennis you always will have. You always will play close. You will have your chances. It's very easy to miss a match point. Then you will never see a second match point. Djokovic has only lost 3 guys. 3 matches when he has had match points, and this is not a coincidence. Roger has lost 22, like we know, and Rafa has lost 8. So Djokovic is much better than these 2, much better than Federer, and of course little better than Nadal. And that's the mental part. When Novak plays the big points, he just locks in. He does. Just look at the 6 match points that he has saved against Federer: 2010, 2011 US Open, and 2019 Wimbledon. 0 unforced errors. 0. Federer, 2 unforced errors. So, but that and Novak makes 4 winners. But that doesn't make 2010 Novak missed the first serves in both those 2 match points that he saved in 2010 US Open. He missed the first serves in both. But like in Wimbledon this year, Federer was cautious. Federer made horrible serve returns. They landed, guys, the first match point, Federer, he returned it with his forehand. Novak served on his body in 2010 US Open. And the first return landed from Federer's racket just barely over the service line, barely. The second match point that Novak saves, Federer slices a second serve from Novak, slices. That is a huge sign that Federer is not. He is so cautious. He wants to win by Novak misses, and Novak doesn't miss. Federer, all right, that was the first time that happened to that was the first time that happened to Federer against Novak, where Novak saves 2 match points. So we can forgive him there. We can say that he didn't know earlier. He wanted to win by playing safe. Didn't work for Federer that year. In 2011, all right, the first match point, Federer cannot do anything about that. Not Federer, nobody. That Novak blasted that forehand return with the first match point. He blasted. In the second match point, Federer did unforced error. Why? Because he doesn't play free. In 2011 US Open, Federer, he landed both of his first serves. Both, guys. But Novak saved those match points anyway. The first one, like I said, with a blasting forehand winner. That is a little luck there. That is a little luck, guys. Because, I don't know, of course, it is skill, of course, too, but luck is involved there too. But the second match point, Federer just landed the first serve, Novak returned it, and Federer immediately made an unforced error. He hit the ball on the corner of the net, and the ball landed on the Federer side. So, once again, Federer showed lack of belief, lack of toughness mentally, lack of going for his shot. He wants to win against Novak by playing safe. Doesn't work. Not against Novak. Doesn't work. Novak plays as best in big moments because he has that mentality. He locks in. He wants to make sure that if he loses, he wants to lose with the dignity that his opponent has made a winner or his opponent has made a great shot. Not by him doing an unforced error. Federer didn't learn in 2011. 2010, what was the first time that happened to him? Alright, we can forgive him there. 2011, he didn't learn. The worst part in this is the 2019. Federer is not learning. He once again tried in 2019 to play safe tennis, to beat Novak Djokovic with safe tennis. Didn't he learn in 2010 and 2011? You know what? You probably have heard this phrase when they say, in sport, you learn from your mistakes. Federer didn't learn from his mistakes. In the first match point in Wimbledon, he landed the second serve. Yes, he was trying to play safe. Yeah, he was trying to go around and hit with his forehand when he could take that shot with his backhand and just rip it cross court with his backhand. But no, he is not learning. He is not learning. Why? Because Roger Federer he doesn't have that belief as convincingly like Novak Djokovic has. He wants to win, of course, but he wants to win in a different way, by being a coward. And not like Novak Djokovic. He wants to win by going for his shot. When Novak Djokovic saved those 2 match points in 2010 US Open semifinals against Federer, he went for his shots, guys. He did 2 forehand winners. 2. Yes, I know, Federer played cautious, Federer played careful, but Novak went for his shots and they went in. That's how a player with a big heart plays. That's how a player with big belief that he will win plays. Even though he has the knife under his throat, he will not surrender. He will not surrender. He will fight. He will play and he will go for his shots. Federer is the total opposite. He plays, he's close, he's almost in the winning the match, just 1 point away, but he wants to play, he plays like a coward, he plays cautious, and doesn't work. Maybe it works against other players, not against Djokovic. Federer did the same 2010, Federer did the same 2011, and Federer did the same 2019. And all this depends because Federer has not the same belief in winning like Djokovic has. Federer has not the same, Federer has not as big of a heart like Djokovic has. Not literally speaking, but you know what I mean. He doesn't have the same big of a heart. He doesn't have the same lion of a heart like Djokovic has. And Federer, he almost feels that he has won. He maybe feels that he has won. I'm just 1 point away. I'm just 1 point. That's what he's thinking. But he doesn't know that he's playing with a fire. He's playing with a fire because he is not facing any regular dude other side of the net. He's facing one of the greatest tennis players of all time. Djokovic was not one of the greatest tennis players of all time in 2010. Absolutely not. Not even maybe in 2011. But for sure in 2019. Federer's Of these 6 match points that Djokovic has saved against Federer, these 2 in Wimbledon was the worst. Not because of the Federer didn't learn his lesson. That's why that was the worst. Federer should have learned his lesson that you don't win against Djokovic by playing safe tennis. Period. And the reason why I believe this is happening is because Novak is from another country, Federer from another, and Rafa from another. Because if you look Federer's stats against Nadal, it is more even when the matches gets close. It is more even because Federer from Switzerland, Rafa from Spain, they can match each other a little better in tight moments. Because in tight moments, even Rafa can be cautious sometimes. Not as cautious as Federer, not as careful as Federer, but he shows sign of carefully as well. He doesn't go for his shots in big moments like set points or match points. He does it. He does it more than Federer, yes, but not more than Djokovic. Not more than Djokovic, in my opinion. And if you look at the stats, when Rafa and Federer has played each other and the matches in slams has gone to the distance, it is 3-3 actually. It is 3-3, guys. You look, you see, and Rafa is the player who has been Roger's most difficult opponent throughout the years, at least 10-15 years ago. But when the matches has gone to the distance, it is 3-3. One match Federer has won in Wimbledon, 2007, a 5-set battle. One match in 2005 in a Miami Open Final Masters, 5-set battle. And then the most recently 5-set battle that they have played against each other, that has goes to the distance. It was that Australian Open's final, that epic one in 2017. And Federer ended as the winner. So 3 matches Federer has defeated Rafa when the matches has goes distance. And Rafa has also defeated Federer in 3 matches. One match in 2006, Rome final, or epic one, where Federer had 2 match points there as well, but wasted 2 of them, unfortunately. And Rafa ended as the winner in that epic classic Rome final Masters 2006. The other one was, of course, that 2008 Wimbledon final, epic one of the greatest tennis matches of all time, where Rafa ended as the winner. And then the third one that Rafa has defeated Federer in an epic one, 5-set battle, was in 2009 Australian Open final. So it is 3-3 when the matches goes to the distance. If we look Federer against Novak, it is 4-0 to Novak. Novak has defeated Federer 2 times in US Open after when the matches has gone to the distance, and he has saved match points both times, 2010, 2011, and 2 times in Wimbledon. Novak has defeated Federer when the matches has gone to the distance. One time in 2014, Wimbledon final, and now the 4th time, most recently in 2019. And in 3 of these times, Novak has saved match points. 2010, 2011 US Open, and 2019 Wimbledon final. So it is pretty obvious that Federer and Novak, when the matches goes to the distance, Federer is a big danger. Is in big danger, because Novak is much better than Federer in clutch big moments, because of the reason why I said, because he is from Serbia, he has a bigger belief that he will win, he refuses to lose, he thinks that he is better than Federer, he truly thinks and believes that, and he plays the big clutch moments with more convincingly. He wants to make sure that Federer will not, that Djokovic will not lose by making an unforced error. And Federer does the opposite. He wants to win by being cower, by being careful, by being cautious. And it has clearly not worked. And if we look the stats between Djokovic and Nadal, when the matches has gone to the distance, Djokovic has plus head-to-head against Rafa as well. 2-1 to Djokovic, 2-1. The first time that they played an epic battle in 5 sets, that the matches goes to the distance, I think it was in 2012, that epic Australian Open final that almost lasted 6 hours, when Novak won 3-2. The second time was in 2013, one of the greatest clay court matches of all time that I've seen, probably the greatest clay court match that I've seen. In 2013 semi-final French Open, where Novak lost 3-2, and the third time, that was last year in Wimbledon semi-final, where Novak won against Rafa. So it is 2-1 to Novak against Rafa when the matches has gone to the distance. And here as well, when the matches gets tight, I remember the 2012 Australian Open final, that epic one. Rafa had 1 break point in that last 12th game. The last 13 game because Novak won that fifth set 7-5. Rafa had one break point. But Novak, he was playing like a Terminator. He was just focused in every single point in that last game. And I remember he saved one break point with this fabulous backhand. He just went for it. He was not holding anything. He just went for it, and he was making signs, because he was making signs up to heaven. He was praying to God or something like that. That, come on, just give me one more point, so I can give. He was so committed. He was so focused that he will win, and he won. Because he really believes that he is better tennis player than both Nadal and Federer. And this big belief, I think, comes where he comes from. He is from Serbia. Rafa is from Spain, and Federer from Switzerland. The Spanish and the Switzerland people, they don't have the same mentality like people from former Yugoslavia. Because I'm myself from former Yugoslavia, and like I said earlier in my video, we just hate to lose. We think, when we do sports, we always think that we are better than our opponents. Maybe not. Maybe we of course we lose too. Absolutely, we lose too. We are human beings as well. But if we lose, we want to lose with dignity. And that is when Djokovic loses. He loses tennis matches as well, but he loses with dignity. And that's why he has only lost 3 matches after having match points. Only 3. Because and another thing is that when Djokovic has match points, he usually converts the first or second match points. Look at Federer in Wimbledon. He won the match on his first match point, Djokovic, on his first in that tiebreak. He didn't need to win the match on the second match point or the third match point. On his first, he wins it. Federer, he usually needs more than 1, 2, 3 match points to win. Look at the match he won against Rafa Nadal in the semi-final. Federer won that match against Rafa on his 5th match point. On his 5th, guys. Not on his first or second or third, on his 5th. Because he cannot do the job on his first or second match point. And that's why Federer lost against Djokovic, because Federer needs more chances. It is not enough for him to have 1 or 2 match points. He needs usually more than 1. Even in that epic Australian Open final against Nadal in 2017, I don't think Federer won the match on his first match point. I really don't think. I think he won on his second or third, something like that. Not on his first, at least. Djokovic, on his first, he wins his matches when he has match points. On his first, guys. If not first, second for sure. He doesn't need third or fourth or fifth chances. Alright, guys. This is my theory why Novak Djokovic is better mentally player than both Rafa Nadal and Roger Federer. I hope you enjoyed this video. Take care and bye-bye.